Hold on, quick we start this. I have a question. I don't even know if it's a question. A question is a statement though, and
What?
I've been recording for like a good minute now, so don't say anything crazy. So speaking of shit, so I took a dump earlier, right? Hold up, no, for real. So I took a dump earlier, and this dump made me think. I was like, how do people enjoy anal? How do people enjoy anal? Hold up, Brooke. Let me explain. Right, this shit was so big and so massive that it hurt coming out.
Yep.
I wasn't constipated. I wasn't anything like that. Like it was natural. It was huge. Like it was reaching outside of the toilet bowl, and it hurt. So I'm just like, how can somebody want something that's thicker than shit to go in your ass?
That's where the male G spot is located. But from a female perspective, nothing goes in there. Nothing will ever go in my butthole.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad you're not one of those. Good
No,
Lord. I
I
figured,
can't.
to be honest, I low key thought you and Steven was doing butt stuff.
Hell no, man. I already have a no. No, I will not. No, that could be his dying wish, and I'd go ahead and smother him out with a pillow.
Yeah,
No.
I just don't understand because why would you want to stick your meat where shit is? But whatever. That's besides the point. Anyway, I guess I should start it now. I've pretty much already started.
Yeah.
But what's good, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Simple Logic Podcast, where I, your host, WattsTV, talks about wow. I haven't done this in a while. I stumbled on that.
Stupid.
Let's try this one more time.
You're stupid.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Simple Logic Podcast, where I, your host, WattsTV, talk about topics logically, but also in a comedic fashion. Today, I have a guest. She's also becoming one of my regular guests, it seems like. Miss Brooke Monroe. How's
One
it
of your
going?
regular guests. Bitch, I've been out here one time.
And you'll probably be here a third time, too.
Okay, good. I'm honored.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
How's everything going? How's this quarantine been treating you?
Man, last week was rough. I felt like last week I was thinking, you know how everybody went from like, take this time to create, start your side hustle, start your business, and then everyone got depressed, and then everybody was like, you don't have to take this time to create or start
Yeah.
your side hustle. You can relax. It's okay.
Well,
Everyone
bitch, which one is it? Like,
right, which one is it? Like, I don't know. I feel like I've mentally shut down. I'm tired of it. I'm sad. I'm scared.
bro, I hear you. I mean, I've been cooped up, so I get out whenever I can. But I've been very productive. I've been streaming, been posting stuff. I built my computer, which I'm sure you already saw because I can't fucking stop talking about it. But I love this thing. It's so much work, and it's compared to what I put in this, and like compared to like a pre-built machine, I've saved so much money, and this is a monster. Like
It
when
looks
I
like
turn this on, my lights flicker.
you're gonna blow up the whole like transformer on your block.
Yo, I love this thing. And editing video with a lot of RAM and a dope processor, it is so much easier. Like, okay, question. How long does your videos take to render?
Let's see. I edited a 19-minute one today, and it took probably 20 minutes.
Really? That's pretty good.
I don't know. I was prepared for it to take a while longer.
Yeah, well, so like longer videos that I'll do now, the ones that'll take like an hour or 2 hours, now it'll take like 30 minutes. And the ones that are like 10 to 19 minutes, they take like 8. It's ridiculous. It's
Well,
great.
some of us aren't masterminds and can't build our own computers, so
Oh,
step down.
shit. Oh, you could do it. You could most definitely do it. If I can do it, you can do it. But anyway, let's go ahead
Calling
and get
yourself a
on to
dumbass?
say what?
You calling yourself a dumbass?
No, I think I'm a regular guy. Like I research. I do a lot of research, whether it's technical things, politics, or whatever. I just wanted to know if there was an easier way for me to get, a better computer. So I just looked up how to build one myself. And one of my friends, Paisley, she she guided me through it a little bit, saying what to do, what not to do. And then after that, it's simple. It was rough first time doing it. It's like your first time having sex. It's a little awkward.
Ugh.
You don't really know what you're doing. But then after that, and you're like, I can do that again. I can do better. I can move
I
my
can do
hips some more.
better.
Yeah. I can move my hips some more. I can, do that wavy thing. Anyway.
Stupid.
But anyway, today's topic, this was actually Brooke's idea. And when she told me about it, I said, wow, that's a good topic. Today's topic is about toxic relationships. Now, Brooke, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have not had a toxic relationship, but
Oh my God.
wait a minute, but I have had multiple thousands of toxic situationships. That's what I have. That's what I've had. Yep.
And I already know about a couple of them.
Yep. God awful. So, what is your experience in this subject?
um, I've only had one that I would consider, because I think that's such a buzzword. It's really, the word toxic so annoying. Like, it seriously is a buzzword, but I don't like to use it all the time. But I've only had one that
Right.
I would 100% consider like unhealthy, toxic, bad, abusive, and God, that was like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Sometimes it still feels like it was like last month. Like, that kind of shit
Damn. That means that shit was horrible.
is awful.
But you have a point though, because people are throwing that word toxic around like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Something has to be a lot for me to consider it toxic.
Mm-hmm.
But so, all right, what would you say? What are some of the key signs? Because I know
Uh,
what they were for me. We can go back and forth.
um, well, I think in my personal experience, some of the key signs you don't realize until way, way later. Like,
Really?
you don't realize how bad things were until you look back and you're like, I put up with that. But I guess like red flags of a toxic relationship, like, manipulative, like their way or the highway, guilt you into stuff you don't want to do, drugs, sex, your friends don't like them, period. You get that like heart palpitation waiting for them to text you back because like a fight's about to start, and like you get that fight or flight syndrome going on, like that type of shit. And then you get so used to it, you normalize it, and you're just like, this is what being in love is like, this is normal. And it's
Wow.
not.
You hit the nail on the head. And one of those big things is manipulation. A lot of There are a lot of women who are manipulative too, but guys are awful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've known a couple of guys. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to put these people, but we protect the innocent around here, Brooke. But there have been a few instances where, like, if let's say the female wants to get rid of the guy because she found out that he was cheating or whatever. One situation I know of, dude broke down crying, crocodile tears, saying, I need you. I'm gonna, no, you keep me whole. I'm gonna do drugs. I'm gonna kill myself. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Pure manipulation. That is horrible.
I feel like that is in some kind of like textbook shitty toxic partner, like a guidebook or something, because that's happened to me. That's happened to every single one of my friends that has dealt with something like this. It's like that's the first thing that kind of person goes for is, I'm going to kill myself if you leave
Yes.
me. Like, is that what you want? It's going to be all your fault.
Oh my fuck. Yes. All right, Brooke, story time. So in high school, I've had my very first toxic situationship was in high school, and it was god awful. All right. So remember that story that I told? I don't know if you listened to that episode of my podcast. It was the interracial dating one
Mm-hmm.
where I told the story about the chick and the racist dad. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this is about her. Is that Harley or
No,
Effie?
you know that's Effie.
What is she barking at?
Probably the Amazon delivery driver.
Ah, yo, Amazon be on it. They are great. Anyway, so to make a long story short, we would, as I'm sure you already heard in the episode, we would be fucking like a lot. We were having sex, but that was it. I never really wanted a relationship because I knew that she was crazy, and I'm like a junior in high school, and in my mind I'm like, okay, yo, she's crazy. So whenever I tried to be like, all right, man, you know what? Screw it. She said, no, I'm going to take 6 of my sleeping pills and I'm going to kill myself and it's going to be all your fault. And no, no, no. And I stuck around because of it. Brooke, I stuck around for the longest. I probably prolonged that situation for 6 more months than what I needed to. And it was trash. So one day, I'll never forget this. My homeboy, Chris Rogers, shout out Chris. I will never forget this. We had these sessions like between classes called like an AEP session where you study and do all this other shit. He told me, he was like, bro, she's said this like 3 or 4 other times now. Say do it and see what she says. See what she says, because anybody that has, that goes through depression and wants to, off themselves, or however you want to put it, they don't say it. They just feel it and they'll do it if
Mm-hmm.
it's extremely genuine, right? She said it. She just threw it around way too carelessly. So I told her one day. She hit me with it again. I'm gonna kill myself. My dad has a gun. I'm gonna use it. I said, all right, do it. I'm tired anyway. Whether it's my fault or not, at least I get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? 2 hours later, I got a text. Bing! I didn't do it. No, no shit. Because your dumbass is texting me, telling me that you didn't do it. It's, oh my gosh, it's stupid.
People that are like that, I mean, I did the exact same thing. Like, we were together for about 3 years, and I got pushed so far to the point where he said he had a shotgun in his mouth, and I was just like,
Hey,
I'm blocking you on everything. Like, if I wake up tomorrow and you're gone, I guess I'll just deal with that. But it's like, it's not my fault. But you know why I said that is because people like that love themselves to some weird, not enough to be a healthy person. They don't love themselves enough to act or treat people the way they should, but they love themselves enough to not take their own life.
right.
Like, there's no way that a narcissist like that would ever off themselves, ever, unless there was a way that they could come back after dying and be like, still about me.
Oh my, yo, and if that's the case, then they would be a ghost. You know a little bit about ghosts.
Yeah,
They,
but I ain't never had an ex to die and come back and haunt me.
that would be god awful. But damn, that's actually that's a very good point. That is very narcissistic. You're right, and you're right. They won't do it.
Yeah,
They
it's
won't do it.
textbook narcissistic behavior. And like, every toxic relationship either has one person is a narcissist or they're
Mhm.
both like that. And when they're
Oh,
both like that, like, you just got to leave them to destroy each other. Ron and Sam from Jersey Shore.
another good example. Damn, you're right. Okay, well, Ron is a train wreck. Sammy, she's good now.
Yeah.
She seems really happy. She's good now, but that's a good example. Damn. But I really don't appreciate, because there are people that genuinely feel like that. They don't want to be here and they just would rather not deal with anything anymore. But you're just throwing it out there. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna hang myself.
Yeah.
That's incredibly insensitive.
Yeah, it's insensitive, it's selfish, it's ugly, and
Mm-hmm.
you're mocking people who genuinely want to kill themselves. Like, I've never stayed with someone who has told me that if I wasn't around they would kill themselves. Like, you're pathetic, you're sad, you're gross, you smell, your
Right.
hairline's dusty.
Right. Damn. Yeah, I will never get it. Okay, so manipulation. That's most definitely one red flag. Another one, what would you say? Jealousy?
Oh yeah.
Jealousy is that's an easy one though. It's I have a couple of stories of that one too. Oh God. Remember the before I got in the relationship, the previous chick that I told you about?
Yes.
Extremely jealous. And she didn't, matter of fact, she was so jealous. She was jealous of me taking my own time for myself. I've
Yeah, I
never
remember
heard
you
that before in
telling
my
me
life.
that. You like
Yes.
texted me and you were just like, I went to go shower and this bitch thinks I'm cheating.
Bro, yes. I just went to go take a shower and she sent me a text and asked me a question. And then 2 minutes later, she was like, well, I guess not.
Can I live?
Yes, I don't understand. And she did not like that I had any type of female friends. Oh God, she wanted to talk to you. She wanted to, yes.
Me?
Yes. She wanted to
Bitch,
talk to,
I'm engaged rather. She should have talked to me. I would have been like,
that's what I told her. She wanted to talk to you. She wanted to talk to my friend Verena. She wanted to talk to every female. Do you hear Dash?
barely.
Okay, cool. Thank God for this XLR mic. But anyway, yes, she just wanted to say, "Oh, how long have you known her? I don't know about her." She wanted to meet my family like
No.
ASAP, and we were just talking. And she wanted to meet my family, like, bro. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Yo, I was we went to an H&M and I had to ask this chick to get, I think it was like a hoodie or something. Yeah, I asked the chick to get a hoodie down because I'm fucking short. I'm 5'5". I can't reach a hoodie on the goddamn top shelf. What the fuck am I gonna do? Jump? You know how it looks for a grown man to jump to get something in a store? That is awful. I'm not gonna jump. So I say, hey, she had the little hook thing. I said, "Do you mind getting this for me?" And she gave me the small talk, like general conversation. How's the weather? This and that, blah blah blah. But apparently, I was staring at her chest, and I was being flirty, and she was being flirty back.
Did you get an earful back in the car, or did she just
Yes,
you got in the car? She chewing you up and down short pump.
yes. But I said, okay. We had plans that day too. I said, okay, cool. I can take you home. I can go home because I'm tired. And she lived 40 minutes away from me, and I was being nice by seeing her. But anyway, yes. Have you encountered any huge jealousy issues?
My ex always used to get jealous of not only any guys that would like or comment on my pictures, but he'd get jealous of my female friends, and he would always accuse
What?
me of being, yeah, he would, like, if I was with the host of the co-host on my show,
Yeah.
he would accuse us of being lesbians. He would accuse, our old mutual friend, me and her, of being lesbians. He would accuse all the time. And I've never dated a girl. I've never really not, I'm not like a whatever. I'm engaged, so that part of my life is like done anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I wasn't, I don't know. But at the same time, it was just pure insecurity. It was just gross. And then whenever I'd be like, you realize how insecure and like unattractive this is of you, like you
What the
clearly don't
fuck?
trust me for absolutely no reason, just because I can't control how other people react to my body, first of all.
Right.
And I can't control the fact that you're weird and think that I am making out with my friends when we're having sleepovers. Like, that is the weirdest shit. And then after we'd fight about it, he'd cry and he would be like, I'm so sorry that I act like this. It's just that, like, I I need to be validated, and like, it's just not grown man shit. Like, you would have thought this man was 12 years old, and he was like 4 years older than me.
He was 4 years older than you.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about this like a few weeks ago. This is another thing we got to touch on, is like getting like flashbacks from bad relationships. Um,
PTSD. Hmm.
literally just minding my business, and I'll just get like a random image in my head of like a big fight that like screwed me up for life, like mean things said to me and shit thrown at me. But like, I was just thinking the other day, when I met him, I was 17 years old.
Hmm.
And my birthday was the month after I met him. I was 17. I just graduated high school, and I am pretty sure he was 20. And I remember him like kissing me and shit before I was 18. And I had totally forgotten that. And that shit's weird.
It is.
And
What
my
the
first
fuck?
kiss, yeah, and that's not even the worst part. My first kiss was stolen when I was 15 by a 22-year-old. I did punch him. I punched him in the face, and I wrote an essay about it in college. If you ever want to read it, I'll give it to you. But
Sure.
um, yeah, I there's that. I don't even know how we got on that topic, but the more you know, people.
What the fuck? What? Oh, wait a minute. You're from Waynesboro, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I
What do
would
you mean?
imagine that all the guys are like that.
I
That's
don't know. I feel like a lot. I've never been anywhere where men, if most men, if given the chance, wouldn't um try to get with someone who is significantly younger.
well, yeah, and there's a reason for that. Um, Anybody who is younger than you, even if it's just by 2 or 3 years, you're easier to manipulate.
Yeah.
It's extremely easy. So I mean
Yeah.
that's legit the main reason. But god damn, I cannot. I yeah, you never told me that. I did not know that.
I totally forgot all about that. And I remember there was one point during one of our like massive breakup blowouts, whatever, where he had said to me, this was obviously to hurt me.
Hmm.
And in the moment, like it hurt me for a minute, but in retrospect, I was like, that was just a tactic to try and like get me to stay. Where he was like, I never cared about you. Like the only reason that I kept you around so long is because I took your virginity and I thought that made you mine. Like I thought that marked you as mine. Like shit you never think another human being would have the audacity to say out loud. Like that should have stayed in the archives, motherfucker. You should have drafted that tweet away for later.
What the fuck? Are we lions? Did he piss on you? Like I don't. What?
Yeah, and that I remember that so vividly, and just like and when you get in situations like that, it's like you got on them damn horse blinders. Those
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what they're called, but it's like you can't listen to reason. Your friends will literally watch you have panic attacks with your hand, your phone shaking, texting them back all angry and shit, and just like you don't listen to anybody. It's so hard to get someone out of a situation like that until they do it themselves, unless it's getting physical, and then you have to like actually get your friend out, like by police force, whatever. I had to get
Mhm.
police involved, but like otherwise like you can't see anything when it's like tunnel vision. That's all you think. That person is like meant for you.
Wow. So this is actually good because we are on different sides of the spectrum. You have been in that situation before. I have never gotten that far to the point where I wanted to stay. I always knew to run. And not saying that you didn't want to, obviously, but you know manipulation, all that other bullshit. But wow, that is insane. Question: has this ever affected your current relationship now? Like, have you ever had a moment that triggered you, like maybe it was because your current fiance did something that reminded you of your ex, even if it was small. Like, did you get like PTSD? Did it affect your relationship now?
I can't say that he's never done anything that has made me look at him and just be like, don't, like, you did this to me, and like my ex-boyfriend did this to me, and now I'm like pissed at you because you just triggered the fuck out of me. But
Thank
there
God.
have been instances where we have like gotten in small arguments or something, and the side of me
Hmm.
that he would bring out would show itself. And I always say like that side of me shows, it's like that is the side of me that I associate with my mother. And I do not speak to my mother. I have nothing to do with her. And he's literally standing at the window right now talking to me. Can you go away? Bye, baby. See, he's can sniff when I'm speaking about him from a mile away, dumbass. um, yeah, like I don't want anything to do with my mom, and when I would get in fights with my ex, like it was
Mhm.
like she would come out and I would, he'd be
Oh.
yelling at me and saying horrible things and I would be screaming and like that he brought out the crazy, the real crazy, like the psycho sad, the pathetic kind of crazy in me. And like anytime there was only one time,
Mhm.
um, and I don't even remember what it was about at this point. But there was one time where we got in an argument about something so small, and like I was so used to getting that mad and having to defend myself and having to have an arsenal ready of like reasons why I was right and the other person was wrong. I flew off the handle, and I think Steven just sat there. He's like, "You don't have to like do that with me. Like I'm not like the hurt you felt before. I'm not like I'm not that person." And it's hard to like teach yourself when you've been in a situation for 3 years, a long fucking time. When you've been in a relationship so long and you're so young. I was 17 when I got in that relationship and I was 20 when I got out.
That's
That's a
crazy.
that's a big chunk of development. Like
Yeah, no kidding.
I was stunted, bitch.
Low key.
It's hard when you're in something that long and then you get out and you have to unlearn all of the trauma and like the damage. And I'm surprised that I I'm surprised that I'm even like engaged, because when I got out of that relationship, I was like, all men are trash, all men are abusive, they are gaslighters, like they're stalkers, they're insane, they think women are property. I would never come out and say it, but I
Mhm.
really like I didn't trust anybody, much less like a dude my age. It's like
Shit,
no.
you really were about to be a lesbian at one point then.
No, I was thinking about it.
Damn, that is another thing. So how did you even end up with Steven?
So we worked together at an Outback in Harrisonburg. I had just transferred from community college to JMU, so I was
Right.
technically in my junior year. And he was what was going to be the end of his junior year. He ended up having to leave, but I mean, he's back in school now. But I was a waitress, and he had just started. A girl that was his friend and also my friend had gotten him a job there.
Mhm.
And he was over there by the dishes and he was spraying the dishes off, and I thought he was cute, so I like wanted to go over there and introduce myself or whatever. And I walked over there and I was like, "Hi, I'm Brooke." And he had headphones on and I scared him.
Mhm.
Damned if he didn't turn around with his nozzle and was like, "Wait, what?" and sprayed me right in the face, Tanner. When I said I started off, like we started off on the wrong foot. I was like, "Fuck you, girl, fuck you. I'm not your friend." I did not like him.
Wow. Do you realize this sounds like a plot of a horrible romantic comedy?
I know.
Really? He sprayed you in the face with
He sprayed me.
but it
He
was
was,
an accident.
yeah, he didn't mean to at all. And we had like a lot of mutual friends, like my friend Vivian, that we all of us worked together at Outback and
Mhm.
everybody like partied together or whatever. You know how that restaurant shit is. But
Yeah.
um I was still dating my ex at the time that Steven had started, so that wasn't even on the table, period. Like I didn't start dating him till like a year and a half or 2 years after I met him. So
Hmm.
there's that. But yeah, I didn't like him for a long time.
That is crazy. Why do a lot of relationships start out like that?
Because opposites attract, man.
You got that fucking right.
That's the truth.
Damn. Yeah, that's I hmm. Yeah, that's kind of how I got in the relationship that I am now because for a while I don't know, we've been friends for so long. I was just like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to fuck it up, but here we are. But damn, shout out Steven. Steven's a good guy. I like Steven.
He's pretty good. He's pretty. Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Have you ever watched that with pretty?
All right. So to get back on track, another sign. Let's see. God damn it, there was one that I had in my oh man. Judgment.
Mm.
that's I feel like that's a big one too. I was in another situationship. I'm refused to call any of these relationships because they were not my girlfriends. There was this one chick that I was dating in college, and I would express how I wanted to do this shit, YouTube, a podcast, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But she was somebody that always wanted to be she was just always so straight and narrow, which is why we didn't work out because her thing was always school, job. That's all that matters. Anything in between, like anybody in her eyes, anybody that did YouTube and got lucky off that was it. They got lucky off of it or started their own business. It was luck. Like she wasn't a risk taker. And when I would constantly do things like this, like photography, videography, and I constantly like taught myself how to do stuff, she would judge me for it horribly, and she would look down on me. So yeah, that was another situation where I had to skate. And
That's
then
like
she became worse, just constantly blowing my phone up, had a blocker. You know how that is, blah 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 blah, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, she said I was never going to be shit. Yeah. Hmm.
takes one to know one, bitch. Like,
Yeah. And now she's in California living with her boyfriend with no job. So
oh, you keep up on her?
oh no, I recently just saw her on Facebook because I just got back on Facebook recently and I saw her. I said, let's see what she's doing. Click. And I saw a status where she was talking about not having a job even before COVID. So hey,
Well, it's probably a relief for her because now everybody's unemployed. She doesn't feel so lame and singled out. But people like that judge you for putting yourself out there, that shit's all a projection. You are jealous, you're scared, you probably want to do it yourself, and you can't let anybody get ahead of you on it. So you
right.
just shut them down and you make them feel stupid and
Yeah.
whatever.
But see, and a part of me would be like, well, damn, maybe she's right. This is a long shot. But the thing about it, I never got into this thinking that I was gonna be some fucking big shot. I just wanted to do it because I like talking. I like being in front of a camera. I like well, let me rephrase that. I like talking shit. Yes. I love talk, which is why I have this podcast. This podcast is literally an excuse for me to talk shit and talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Love talking shit. Makes my teeth white, it makes me go to sleep at night. Yes. Keeps my insomnia levels down just because I can talk shit.
It's a good like self-therapy thing,
It is.
and people are nosy. People are inherently nosy and they want to hear other people talk about shit. That's why everyone loves podcasts because you put it on the background, you just hear other people's conversation and you don't have to fucking participate. You can just listen.
Exactly. All you can do, first of all, I tell people this all the fucking time. I said, you can get by in life most of the time if you just shut the fuck up. Literally. Do you know how better off our president would be if he just shut the fuck up? He adds way too many unnecessary anecdotes to his speeches, to his interviews, to everything. Like, he did not have to tell anybody that they were thinking about putting disinfectant in anybody's body. He didn't have to say that shit. He just wanted to say something.
He just gets up there and whatever they've written for him, he's like, this isn't any good. And he throws it out.
What? Speech? Yeah. Get that shit out of here. Gonna say
Wipes
what
his
I want.
ass with it.
Oh my gosh. But that's my point. You would get by in life if you just shut the fuck up. When I don't know something, I shut the fuck up and I look it up. It's that simple. So anyway, but let me ask you a question, Brooke. So I know this is hard, but what advice would you give to matter of fact to a young lady that was in a similar situation that you were in?
Oh man.
Matter of fact, if you could give advice to yourself, what would you tell
Leave.
yourself? Obviously.
Obviously. Um, I because I know how hard it is to be in a situation like that, and everyone's telling you you'd be so much better off, but all you can see is like this person, and you think that's your future. You think you're gonna have kids with that person. That's your everything, especially when it's like your first love, whatever. I'd give advice and I'd be like, I know, like you and I both know you should leave. So
Hmm.
I'm just going to put that on the table. But I know it's going to take you some time. But my advice is to understand when all of it is over that it's really it's going to set you up to know what you actually deserve and like what you actually want. So just understand when you eventually leave, which hopefully you will, don't ever forget that you're much stronger. It's sad. I hate saying that, but you come out so much stronger in so many ways.
Hmm.
I'm not telling people to go and get in a bad relationship, but it is something that a lot of people experience at least once in their life, and you learn lessons.
Go get in a bad relationship. You'll come out stronger. You'll be a better person.
You'll be a better person. It'll make your teeth white.
You'll make it.
No, but I mean, you it's hard. It's hard to give advice for something like that because all you want to do is just scream. Like, do you see yourself having kids? Think of yourself 20 years down the road. You want to be screaming like this? You want gray hair? You want excessive wrinkles from scrunching your face in anger at this person? Do you want that? No, then leave. I don't know. It's hard. I don't have any really sound advice, but just fucking get out of it.
I understand because every person that I've seen in a toxic relationship they just can't. They just can't. Oh, matter of fact, I have a great question actually. Has your ex or anybody for that matter, have they ever tried to keep you around by getting you pregnant?
Yeah, actually, when I remember the date, I remember the exact date.
Oh my gosh, you have a
August
date.
August 11th of 2015. I was moving out of my first apartment in
Hmm.
high school or in JMU. I was moving into a new one. And that was the day that I was like, I'm done. Like, if you contact me one more fucking time, I'm going to the police. You have exhausted me. I am much better than this. I'm too fucking pretty for you. Sorry, I'm too smart for you. Whatever. So that very day, there was this big carnival going on, and I was going with a bunch of my coworkers. And I remember I had blocked him on everything, Tanner. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, even. I had blocked him on,
Damn.
I know, blocked him on everything. But you know what I forgot to block him on was his email address. And you
Ah.
know a motherfucker is crazy when they email you. He emailed me.
Yes, they're because they have text messaging. There's so many ways to get to you, but you want to email me, you fucking psycho, you
He
serial
emailed
killer.
me. And he said, just so you know, I popped holes in all the condoms. So I'm sure by now you're pregnant with my child. And I want you to know that when you have it, I want you to throw it in a dumpster. And I'm like, you wasted both of our times if you actually did that. First of all, if I was pregnant, baby would be gone. I'm not having your child. Put
Right.
that out there right now. I am pro-choice. I will always fucking be pro-choice. I don't care who hears that. Um,
Damn
no, I
Skippy.
would not allow you to knock me up. But yeah, that was one of those things. And he would joke around and say weird shit like that, like when we were still together, and be like, I'm gonna put a baby in you, woman, and you can't go anywhere. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, no, you're not.
So this is actually a very fucking common thing because even with females, I've had two do this to me. One would kind of do it like what you just said, they'll kind of like play it off as a joke or whatever. The other one would legit get mad if I used a condom, and I always did.
Is this the
Always.
one that you took the condom out of her apartment and you threw it in the dumpster?
Yes.
That's my favorite story.
Yeah. I still need to tell that for a story time Sunday. But yes, that was so. First of all, I don't understand. And I was in college at this point. I was still doing my whole shit. I was a whore. Yeah, I can admit it. I was a slut anyway. my thing is, I'm a college student. We are in the same situation here. Why do you want my broke ass baby? My baby is about to be broke. I can't buy diapers, formula. My baby's going to be out here looking homeless in newspaper diapers, having rashes and shit. Because me, I'm allergic to a lot of things. And I think when I was a baby, I was allergic to my own shit. That little motherfucker will probably be the same way, and he won't have proper diapers, so he'll always have rashes. I do not know how I came up with that so fast in my head, but I lined it up, put two and two together. Anyway, the baby would be poor. I'm broke. I can't take care of no fucking baby. And why do you want to keep somebody around by having a whole child with them? That's not going to accomplish anything, because I'm not going to want to be with you. I'll more than likely be with somebody else. I mean, unless you're a fucking serial killer and you want to kill whatever female I get involved with. But I never understood that from like a male perspective. Like, why do you want my baby?
Why me? Why
Yes.
mine? Why my sperm?
Yes, you want mine? I don't. First of all, I'm an average Joe. I was an average Joe going to VCU. Like, I was an average nigga. Like, I knew people, but that was just about it. I knew a lot of people, and like I hosted parties and all that other shit. I did all that, but I'm not a fucking basketball player. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do when I graduate. I'm not Brooke. I'm not even using my degree. Ask me how many times I use my degree.
How many?
None.
One? No.
None. None. I don't use my degree at all. I can argue that I use it for my own personal reasons, but as a job, fuck no. Use my fucking degree. So get the fuck out of here. You're trying to get me, trying to have my broke ass baby for it. No, I don't understand that. That could probably go under a form of manipulation too, to be honest with you.
Oh, 100%. That is complete manipulation. That is literally. Or if you don't knock me up, I'm gonna kill myself. Is it because I'm not pretty enough? You're not
Oh,
attracted to me because you don't you're too scared to have a baby with me. Like all that, I could go on and on. All that types of
I'm
disgusting.
glad. I'm glad she didn't say none of that dumb shit to me, because if she would have said, "What, you don't think I'm pretty enough to have a baby with you?" I'd be like, "Yep, nah, that baby gonna look like Chewbacca coming out." No.
Your hairline is crooked. I don't want my baby having a crooked ass hairline.
All that weave and glue and shit that you put in your hair, I don't even know what your natural hair looks like anymore. So, no, I don't know what this baby's gonna come out looking like. No, and you all wearing all those pounds of makeup. I don't even know you. Who are you? Get away, stranger. And
Get away, stranger, you asshole.
no, but seriously, I can't even fade it. I cannot. So what have you ever known a guy to be in a toxic relationship?
Oh, yeah. I've known many. One that
Really?
comes to mind, yeah, one that comes to mind is my friend, I'll just call him Tom. I don't think he realizes how his relationship looks on the outside,
Mm.
but to me and to me and Tom's mutual friend, it looks extremely toxic and ridiculous. Tom, and this is the thing. I'm pretty sure he's cheated on her, trying to get out of the relationship, trying to have a legitimate reason to remove himself from the relationship because that's how toxic this shit is. And it hasn't worked because she's one of those girls that is very like low self-esteem. She doesn't think she deserves better. So whatever he does, she's just gonna put up with it. Like there's a difference between having low self-esteem and being dead ass scared of somebody. And she's just like, you cheated, don't tell anyone that you cheated on me. Like that's the her way her brain would work, is like, don't tell anyone you cheated on me because then I'll look stupid. We're just gonna keep this between us and you're just gonna stay with me. Like, but
Oh my, that's the worst thing I've ever heard before in my life. What?
she didn't say that, but I know that's what she's like because I've met her. I met her at a party once. He was trying to help my friend pass out jello shots.
Mm-hmm.
Damned if his girlfriend, she did not want to be there. She was pulling one of these, had her arms.
Oh no, not the arms folded.
looking around all pissed off. And I tried to introduce myself to her because he was my friend and I'd heard about her and I wanted to get to know her. And I'm not no fucking threat. I don't want your man. Like, I'd have him if I wanted him. And she reached out so quick when he was holding these damn Jello shots at this party, helping my friend. She reached out and yanked him backwards and she was like, you always do this to me. Ah! Like, he was helping another female. And she lost her shit. And so they moved to Richmond recently. The same day that they moved here, they ran into the same friend of mine, that the Jello shot friend, the one that was like, hey, like, help me pass out the Jello shot. They ran into her. They were looking at an apartment in her apartment complex, and my friend rolled her window down to say hi to Tom. Tom's girlfriend saw her roll her window down and recognized her from like 4 years ago at this party. It was a 2-second thing at this party, and she recognized her and just shot her like death glare. Apparently, I asked Tom like what happened. He was like, "Oh yeah, she remembers her. Like, she remembers Sarah. Let's just call her Sarah. Yeah. She remembers Sarah. Like." And
4 years ago. Fuck.
I know. And like, they've been together since like high school or something. And just I could be totally wrong. You know, every relationship has its qualms that is nobody else's business. But from the outside looking in, it looks to me like, what the hell are they called? A nuclear family?
Yeah.
It looks like that's what that's going to turn into. I hope I'm using that term right. I might just look stupid, but
Brooke, I don't know, because if you have to force yourself to cheat, even if you don't want to, like, you just be like, all right, I'm gonna try this real quick. Maybe she'll leave me alone. That is horrible. Like, he's probably not even that type of guy.
No, I think he is.
Oh,
he tried getting with one of my friends in college, and she texted me immediately. She just started working at the restaurant that him and I worked at. And she texted me, she's like, doesn't he have a girlfriend? And I was like, oh no, he 100% does. Like, let him know that you know, because he looks stupid. Like, that's my friend, but yeah, I'm gonna call him on his shit. Just leave. Just leave. God, that's another. You didn't even bring up cheating. You should have brought up cheating.
Why the fuck didn't I think about it? I feel like that's such a, that's obvious, isn't it? Cheating, yes.
To a lot of people, it's not obvious. You'd be surprised how many people out here think it's part of the ups and downs. Can we?
You're right. You're right. Oh my gosh. Yo, so I have a perfect example of this, right? Because I've seen so many of these stupid posts on fucking Twitter. So people use these the ups and downs. The poster child of this is Gucci Mane and his wife. People say how good of a person she is, how down of a wife she is, blah, 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 because she stayed with him even though that he cheated over 20 times. That was her choice. That's not part of a relationship. A part of a relationship, downs do not equal deceit and cheat.
That's like losing your job as a down.
Yes.
Not fucking cheating on somebody.
Exactly. Like a family member dying and that affecting your relationship somehow, that's a down. But you cheating, no, that's not supposed to happen anyway. I fucking hate that shit. That does not, just because somebody stays with them, that's their choice. That doesn't mean that they should. Matter of fact, if somebody cheats on you, you should skate. You should leave.
You should skate.
Yes, you should skate. Leave. Get out of that fucking situation. Damn it. Why did I not think to bring that up earlier? But you're absolutely right.
Yeah, like cheating. And another thing that makes me real sick about cheating is the people who will cheat, bang some random, come back and give their significant other like a STD. Like, that shit makes me hot. Oh, that shit makes me so hot.
And that's fucking nasty, yo.
That's nasty. I hope you contract something where your dick or your vagina fall off because you deserve it.
Yeah, hope you get some new disease. Hope you get alien dick where alien pop out of your penis head.
Hope you get that blue waffle shit.
Oh, God. That shit is not real.
No, it's not.
I thought that was real for the longest in high school.
It is so sick.
And oh my gosh, another thing. Abuse physical and emotional, obviously, but
Mhm.
physical abuse. I had a homeboy. This nigga, first of all, I've never seen anything like this ever before in my life. He had two toxic relationships back to back. One was a cheater, and she would fight him a little bit. But this second one, Brooke, she spat on this man, and he
Uh,
stayed.
no,
He
you sit with me,
stayed.
I will kill you.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? I don't want to sound, why is my camera blurry? Stop it. There it is. I don't I don't want to sound like I'm being racist or something, but he likes the Latina woman. And I've had experiences with him too. And you know what? I don't know. I'm not gonna say that they weren't very pleasant. I'll just say it. They weren't very pleasant.
They weren't
And
what? They weren't pleasant?
no, yeah, they weren't. They and that's another thing that I hate. I mentioned this before. People, this is going off topic a little bit, but people will praise like any other race besides like black women of being crazy. Like when a Latina like fucks up your Jordans or smash the windows in your car, it's that's sexy. Like that's funny, that's cute. But if a black chick were to do that, if a black woman were to do that, oh, she's ratchet, she's this, she's that. I hate that shit. And I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah. So that
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 is
should that,
we
mm,
gotta we should do a different episode about that, honestly, because I totally agree. If it people love to glorify the idea of like a sassy Latina woman,
right.
like, and I think it's disrespectful to their culture, first of
It
all.
is. It
It's so
it really is.
disrespectful. Um, but yeah, people like I feel like people also expect, oh, you got a Latina girlfriend. Oh, well, they're all crazy. Like that's just
Yes, it's horrible. My experiences were trash, and but that's probably a reflection on me because I picked her. To
you
be
pick
honest with you, yeah, I've picked a lot of crazy women, so most of that is probably a reflection on me and a reflection on him as well. But anyway, that is besides the point. Like I said before, this chick spat on him,
it's disgusting.
spat, and he stayed, Brooke, and he's black.
Mm-mm.
Stayed. If you spit on me, first of all, I gotta go to jail. I'm gonna punch you straight in your shit.
I'm a skate.
Yeah. I'm gonna punch you right in the fucking face. You
Yeah.
spit on me? That is so disrespectful. I would rather you cut me. Please cut me. Don't spit on me because now I have to fucking kill you. Yes.
Spitting is, I don't even know. Okay, where does spitting on someone originate? Where does it originate, and where does it, like, the disrespectful, like the meaning of it? Where does it, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what happened that it was like, if you spit on someone, it is a direct form of disrespect. It's worse than saying "f you." Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know because I it makes me so angry.
Well, see, back in the day in the 1500s, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I was about to come up with some bullshit. I don't know, but I would imagine like people of like a noble class or something like that spitting on like slaves and commoners.
Yeah, you
Very
fucking peasants.
disrespectful. My gosh. Fuck. You know what? Usually when I have these conversations, I usually keep a timer, but I do not have a timer. I do not know how long we've been talking about this because I want to get to the question. Have we been talking about this for a while?
What, spit?
No, not spit, fool. Toxic relationships.
I think we started at 6:30, maybe.
Oh shit, we did.
I don't know. I couldn't
No,
tell.
you're right. It was closer there. Okay, so I'm not gonna have a story of the week because it's pretty much not that much is going on because of that Rona for real. So I'm gonna have to X that for a while. But somebody submitted a very interesting question, and it has to do with race, bro.
Oh
So
shit.
a white person, a Caucasian from the Mount of Caucasus, has asked me, can black people be racist towards white people?
What? I thought this had to do with relationships.
No, 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 no. This was just a random question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was just a random question. People submit like random questions to me all the time, and I answer them on here. They don't necessarily have to be up about the topic. Like I'll break it up just for clickbait. I might say toxic relationships like slash this or something like that. But yeah, so let me repeat it. Can black people be racist towards white people? Do you want to tackle it first, or do you want me to? Because I have a lot of thoughts about this.
I feel like you can dislike you can dislike white people as a black person. You can strongly dislike them, but I feel like the whole point of racism and the idea of being a racist is to oppress someone. And black people have never oppressed white people. Black people have never really oppressed any other race. So
Ding 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 ding
I
ding.
don't feel like that's accurate. I definitely think you can be prejudiced. I definitely think you can. I'm sure there are black people out there who have been shitty to white people, and the white person was totally a nice person, but
Right.
you got to know the background of the meaning behind racism and being a racist in order to like properly, you know.
But at the same time, can a black person be prejudiced though? I mean, they most definitely can. Like I see what you're saying, but do they have reason? Do they have reason?
I mean, it comes from hundreds and hundreds of years of
Bingo.
being oppressed, slavery, segregation, generally just being treated like
Shit.
pieces of shit, being called the N word, being called half breed, ding ding me over here. Like, black people been through the ringer. Like, I ain't saying run around and kill the masters,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones fans out there. Um, but it's not like black people don't have just cause to have like preconceived notions about certain groups of white majorities.
Right. So that was first of all, that was such an interesting question because first of all, this particular white person, he doesn't act he doesn't act like he knows everything. And if he has questions, like he'll ask me. So I appreciate it. I really appreciate this. Now, for my answer, I'm going to tell you absolutely no, it is not possible for, like Brooke said, it is not possible for a black person to be racist towards white people. Now, prejudice is I can argue, you can argue that easy, but we are only like that. Well, I'm not even going to say we because I mean, if I like you as a person, then I like you as a person. But some black people are like that because your people have done that to us for the past, what, 400, 500 years? So what do you really expect? And not even that, it's still happening today. It's still
Mhm.
happening today. You cannot cut on the news without seeing a white person gunning down a black person, white cops killing black people because they're afraid. But all these fucking white people can protest and get in cops' faces and nothing happens to them.
Yeah.
Nothing happens to them. And matter of fact, that's a sidebar. When white people protest, shit gets done. Have you realized this? White people have been protesting all over this goddamn country saying how they want to go to the beaches and they want to get their goddamn haircuts, and they got in the police officers' faces. Nothing has happened to them, but they got what they wanted. The country is open up, regardless that there's a fucking pandemic going on right now.
I'm really mad about that, honestly. I
Yes.
I have still not left my damn house and I'm still mad about that. And the fact, hold on, going back to the question, um, in order for a black person to be like, when you think of a white person being racist against a black person, think of like a typical, you're walking around the neighborhood and you live in a predominantly white neighborhood. You
Mhm.
see another white person, because all your neighbors are white. You see a white person, you think nothing of it. You're walking around your white neighborhood, all your neighbors are white. You see a random black person. If your mind goes where it shouldn't be going, that's racism. And if it was reversed, if it was a black neighborhood where there weren't any white people, black people don't really look at a white person and be like, I bet that dude has a gun and is gonna rob me, ghetto fool. Like
Right.
that's not how that works. It has always been people going after the black man, people going after the Latino man, people, you know, these minorities getting their livelihoods torn apart, thrown in jail over stupid shit, and the white man gets off after he shoots up an entire fucking school of kids.
Right.
So when you look at all the, I'm not trying to say that, I'm not gonna say that. When you look at a lineup of all the school shootings that have happened in the past 10 years, I don't know
Thank you.
who hasn't been Caucasian. I don't know who hasn't been predominantly some white, German, English, white. Like,
Yes. Thank you. But see, I really don't understand why they don't get it. It boggles my fucking mind, because why should we have to be, why are we treated differently just because we're darker? Like that shit, and the fact that you still think that way is fucking terrible. We all bleed the same. We all
mm-hmm.
bleed the same. Wow.
Yeah, but some of us can't go and run without worrying about getting gunned down. Rest in peace, my dude. Like that shit is
It's fucking horrible. And
so.
you do you know what I saw? Somebody said, like, they missed the whole point. Fucking Facebook. There was a post talking about that on Facebook, and they were saying, rest in peace, it shouldn't have happened, blah blah blah, just going down the list, right? Somebody said, why the fuck was he fighting somebody with a shotgun? What the fuck was he supposed to, what are you supposed to do at that point?
Are you
That
supposed to just lay there and get shot? Like it's human instinct to fight for your life. God, people are so. Someone else put a post up I saw saying that this was him spotted moments before he was shot in some construction site or something, and the comments was like a mixture of people saying it doesn't matter, like regardless of what he was doing before he was running, it's not a cause for him to get gunned down by a fucking police officer.
he didn't commit a crime. He didn't harm anybody. He legit didn't do anything. And for all you know, he could have been at a fucking construction site doing pull-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Dead ass. Matter of fact, when I run to the fucking elementary school and I do pull-ups on the goddamn jungle gym, like, to work out. You don't know what the fuck he was doing, but just because that he was black, you just automatically assume black crime. Black
Yeah.
equals crime. Black equals threat. And that is the main issue. That is exactly why we cannot be racist towards you guys, because and I'm not talking about you, Brooke. I'm referring to the
I know.
I'm referring to the question. But yes, we cannot be because we do not oppress you. We do not oppress you. We are the ones that are being oppressed constantly on a daily fucking basis. And it blows my mind that people say, oh yeah, well, black people are racist towards white. No, we're not racist, we're not hostile, we're passionate, and we're cautious.
Mm-hmm.
I
Because we can read a history book and we knows
Yeah,
we know what happens when we're not cautious. We know what happens when we don't expect the worst from a random white stranger on the street. Like, I don't care what your nationality is. If I pass you on the street at this point in time, you keep 6 feet away from me, period, because of the
right.
pandemic. Point blank. And I hope that going forward, more people do that and just fucking leave it at that. Like, just get away from me, stay away from me if you don't live with me, because I don't want to die at the end.
Facts. But seriously, back on these white people protesting though, I do not understand how shit is getting done, Brooke. How we are in middle of a pandemic. Things have not gotten better.
No.
Unemployment is at 14% and it's climbing.
Mm-hmm.
My black ass is on unemployment right now. Hello, me. I'm on unemployment right now. because I lost my job, and more people, millions of people, are losing their jobs. I just, I don't understand how everybody is just saying, open this, we need this economy to do this, and we need to open up the country. Yo, did you hear? I think he was the lieutenant governor of Texas. He said there's more important things than living.
Like what, motherfucker? What?
Money, Brooke, money. These old ass white men, that's all they care about is fucking money. And
Yeah,
that's what America is.
dead.
That's what he said. He said, oh, living. Who needs that? Just as long as the economy is good for my future grandchildren and all this other shit. Like, bro, what about the people that are here now?
Yeah, there ain't gonna be any future grandchildren if all of us die off before we can have any kids.
Yes, and that's my point. Oh, and that actually, here's another thing. You guys protest because you want a fucking haircut. We protest because we are constantly oppressed, and we don't want to get gunned down.
Mhm.
There is a key difference.
You,
And what?
I was gonna say, you guys protest because you want a haircut. We protest because we don't want to get cut.
Hey, damn it. A missed opportunity. Damn it. But yes, that's exactly right. This shit is ridiculous. Oh man, I know you saw that sign where that white woman said this is slavery.
Oh my God, yeah, the woman who was acting like, oh, we're under like we're such slaves because we're being forced to stay home and stay to spend time with our families and be healthy and have food delivered to our door. Yeah, this is peak slavery. Tell me more about it, Karen.
First, I was about to say that. First of all, Karen, you are in your house. Why do you not like your own house? That sounds like an underlying problem right there. Because even though like we've been like cooped up in the house, like we haven't really been going anywhere. Brooke, I know you haven't been going anywhere like that. I like my living space. Brooke, do you like your living space?
I like my living space.
I don't have an issue. How the fuck? Oh, this is slavery. I can't do this. I can't, bro. I don't want to get sick and die.
You think
It,
that's slavery, dude? Whoa, wait till you hear about what Abraham Lincoln abolished, my man.
yes. But you know what, man? I just wish that a lot of them could just live in our shoes for maybe a day and just walk out. Because even to this day, if I well not now because this whole pandemic shit, but if I were to go out to any type of store, any type of store, I will constantly get followed. People would always ask me, "Do you need any help? Do you need any help?" Nick, no, I'm looking. Leave me alone. God. So I've gotten pulled over 5 times, and they've just given me warnings. Have you ever gotten pulled over and got a warning before?
No, I always get a ticket.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So that they legit harass me, ask me where I'm going. I've been called boy before. It's just not a comparison. Like,
No, and also for anyone who's like watching this and not only listening, I don't want anybody to think that like I speak as if I understand the struggles of a woman who is like clearly black, because obviously most people don't realize I'm mixed. They
right.
probably think my hair's a perm, but like my shit is totally different from that of a woman who is like black, born and raised, like has been, just gone through the ringer in a totally different way. But with that being said, like half my family's black, and these this shit affects me because I have black cousins and I have a black sister, and like, I don't speak with my mom, but she is black, so I still fully stand by like everything I said, and it still makes me angry as fuck because that could be your family,
Right.
like it's still, but I was raised by a white woman, doesn't mean I'm not like socially aware of like my culture as a whole. Just for anyone who's like, why is this bitch up in here talking when she's literally the color of Tanner's foot?
Oh yeah, put my business out there. Yeah.
Your foot is white.
Yes, I have white feet, damn it. But yes, that's that. Yeah, you were good to do that because I know somebody was probably going to say, "Well, how did she know?" Like,
Yeah. How would that white girl know anything?
but you know what? Being from where you're from, being mixed is also another thing. I'm sure because I'm sure people knew that your mom was black and they would give you shit for it, calling you mixed breed. What are
Yeah.
some other mixed racial slurs?
I got half breed, mulatto. I got the
Mulatto.
N word all the time. I got what is that? What I got mutt. I got that a lot because I went to like we had ride your tractor to school day. That's where I went to high school.
Wait a minute. What?
I'm not kidding. We had ride your tractor to school day because
Ride your tractor to school day. Brooke, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious right now?
Stewart's Draft High School, ride your tractor to school day.
That is the most redneck shit I've ever heard before in my life.
You ride down the highway, smells like cow shit, and all the country boys in the background, they're going, "Y'all don't like the smell of that? That's our agriculture at work. Get a whiff!" Like acting like you're ungrateful for not wanting to smell chicken shit on your bus ride home. That's where I grew up.
What?
See why I don't go back.
Oh no, I've been there. I don't want. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did go with us that one time.
yeah, been there. Nope. And I don't want to go back. The whole time I felt uncomfortable.
You were the only black person that we saw that whole day. You and Deanna were the only black people. The
Do you
two
remember?
black people we bought with us.
Yes. And do you remember when we went out to eat?
When? Oh, in Cheesecake Factory? You
No,
were the
I don't know where. I don't know where it was. Yeah, it was. It was
for your birthday.
no, not for my birthday, but we were in Waynesboro with the person that we don't talk about anymore.
Oh yeah, and her dad took us to the really nice like vineyard or brewery or whatever. You and Deanna, only black people. Damned if Deanna didn't see a bee and it got stuck up in her head and she made a spectacle out of herself.
Oh, yes. I didn't. I felt so uncomfortable the whole entire time. But ride your tractor to school day, Brooke? That was a real thing?
Yeah, there was also they would have like days where people would bring their livestock in the parking lot.
What?
I'm not joking. I wish I was.
Livestock?
Like cows and chickens
What?
and yeah, and like the bus routes like leaving school would be all fucked up because you couldn't run over people's fucking prize chickens. Like, why are you bringing next week's dinner to school and getting mad when I'm about to run over it? Like, and I was hot when they would do that. When I started driving because then I had to maneuver around the pins.
Right.
Janky Toyota Camry. But yeah, that's where I'm from. So I've just grown up with a whole different set of racist things said to me and prejudices against me. But
Jesus Christ. That is the most redneck shit oh my gosh. I mean, people in my high school, like, they went mudding and shit. I'm sorry, mudding and shit, but that was probably the most. And mudding is the most redneck shit that I've ever witnessed.
yeah, I would never do it.
Okay, wait. Hold up. Do you have friends that like partake in that shit?
I think I have a couple like kind of still friends from high school. They're guys. I don't talk to them often, but I know that they still live there and they like that kind of shit.
Oh, okay. So can you explain to me? I love when we go off topic because this shit is so funny. Can you explain? Can you explain to me the purpose or the joy that one would get from mudding?
I think that it's more a way to show off your truck more than anything, it's a way to show off like your tires in your truck and show people how like fucking high up you can kick the mud or something. It's like a big dick contest, I swear to God. Anything that has to do with dirt outside and trucks and men, it's always going to be a big dick contest. And the girls who get all like, okay, from where I'm from, they'd get all dolled up and like cutesy and like pink camouflage, which is like so stupid and defeats the point of camouflage, because what
Right.
pink trees are out here that y'all see in my that I don't, because what in the Animal Crossing fuck, first of all. But anyways, they'd get all like dolled up and they get on the backs of their boyfriends like mudding truck, whatever, and they act like it was the best time and they're like, whoa. Like, you're telling me you like to smell like dirt. That is some white people shit.
Yes. What the fuck? Okay, so it's a big dick contest. Thank you. That is incredibly stupid. You
It is.
know, white people will make so many racist comments about how we'll spend money on Jordans and shit, but bitch, you at least we're clean. You like mud? You like playing in the mud? What?
You like playing in the dirt?
Oh my gosh. And that's something I never understood until now. But now this makes sense. But my thing is, you explained it. Yes, I get it. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
That's so weird. Where did this even start from? Like,
I don't know. The truck thing is what I really don't get. It's just like why everybody, oh my God. And they'd gun their trucks in the parking lot and they sounded like shit. It's like when a person goes up the road and their speakers are so blown out that it sounds like shit.
yeah.
And everyone but them knows that it sounds like shit because they're in the car. But that's what their trucks will sound like. It'd just be like, we get it. Like you have a tiny penis. Like,
Oh my God. They gotta compensate. You're right.
why didn't we do something about growing up black in the South?
Jesus, right? I mean, oh, I have plenty of stories, man. You know how many times I almost fought on my baseball team? That shit made me like racism and just prejudice made me like quit baseball. I love baseball, but I went to a predominantly white school and I was the only black kid on the team. So I was constant, no matter how, Brooke, I could have bent over backwards. No matter how good I was, and I was good, no matter how good I was, it was never enough. And they would constantly get the nigga to run the bases. That's all I would do because I was fast also. They would just get me to run the bases and then bench me, and that's it. And they would constantly call me nigga and all this other shit just because they thought that, that's what you do, right? We're
I
cool. We
have a
can say
black
it too.
friend. I can say it because my friend is black. No. No. You can't say it. It's not your word.
It's not. Oh man, I let me touch on that really, really briefly. So people say that, well, you cannot expect for other people to not say it and then you say it. First of all, yes, the fuck I can. It is our word. Black people are famous for taking lemons and making lemonade. That word was meant to put us down and it was to oppress us. And we flipped it and turned it into something positive for us to say to each other. You can't say it, Karen.
You can't say it. And it's the same as calling you and your friends calling each other like bitches is like, what's up, bitch? And then someone coming up to you and be like, I'm going to fight you, bitch. Like, no.
Yeah.
different context, but same meaning behind it. Like women have taken back the word slut and bitch and hoe, and black people have taken back their words. So it's not yours. I don't care what rapper says it. People kill me with but what am I supposed to say in the song? Just shut up. Just shut your lips.
Just don't say it or listen to the clean version
Yeah,
because they have clean versions everywhere of everything.
no
Will it
excuse.
sound stupid? Yes. Will you say the N word? No.
Will you sound politically correct? Yes. Will your
Yes.
black friends like you again? Yes.
Yes. Like, oh my gosh. But all right, let me wrap this up. To answer your question, white man from the mountains of Caucasus, no, black people cannot be racist towards white people for several reasons. We talked about it. If you weren't listening, then fuck you. Yeah. But Brooke, thank you very much for being a part of this podcast for the second time. Probably have you on for a third time. Actually, no, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like having guests that I don't even like for you, for certain people, for you and for Keith, I never have to write down like questions or anything because I know the conversation is just gonna flow.
Oh, good. I'm
Like,
glad I'm good conversation. I appreciate that.
yeah, I don't know if you noticed there was never any awkward pauses or anything like that. So
No, because you and I both can't shut the fuck up.
yeah, that's very true. My brothers are also the same way. I never have to write shit down, but hey, I know I did one episode with somebody that I have not released yet because it is so cringy.
Oh my god, are they gonna listen to this and know you're talking shit?
Nah, nah,
You're
it's
gonna have
fine.
to text me later and tell me who it is. Now I gotta
Okay.
know.
I got you. I got you. But anyway, this is your boy WattsTV, man, and thank you guys for listening. Please tune into the Simple Logic podcast. It is available every Wednesday on anywhere that you can find a podcast. Really, actually, Brooke, did you know that do you post your podcast to Pandora?
No, but I did see on the new RSS feed I'm using now that is an option. So
Mhm.
I'm going to probably get on that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they had fucking podcasts on Pandora. I was like, what the fuck? So yes, I'm gonna do that. And guys, please do me a favor and follow me on Instagram at T_Watts94. Follow me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at Watts_TV94. And follow me on Twitter at WattsTV94. This is all very confusing. But I have a lot of plugs. I have a lot of plugs. I don't know to tell you. And go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, WattsTV. Brooke, tell the people where they can find you and what you have
Oh,
going on.
you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at this handle, one singular, Lil Witch. That's LILWITCHHH, three H's. And you can find me on YouTube, Brooke Monroe. And you can, where the fuck else? Oh, yeah, I have my own podcast, the Witchful Thinking Podcast. You can find that on my Instagram. If you go there, I ain't going to spell that shit out for you.
Yeah. Look, in my case, right? To my defense, I try to put all of my social medias like as one handle, but I can't because they're taken.
It's
So I
funny.
constantly have to put like underscores and shit. People get my Twitter mixed up with my Twitch. It's a whole thing. Yes. But anyway, thanks again, Brooke. It was a fun conversation.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes. Very interesting conversation. But anyway, let me stop this recording real quick on my brand new PC that I love that I built. Okay, bye.